Hey guys, I'm going to be showing you how to add the motion blur effect in Photoshop. The first thing you have to do though is duplicate your layer. To do this, make sure you have the image that you want to add the blur on selected in your layers panel. There's two simple ways to do this. First way is just to press Ctrl J. That's how you duplicate the layer. Or another way to do this is just go to your image, right click on it, go all the way until you see duplicate layer, and then click on it. And then you get this right here. Just press OK. You can name it right here as you want, whatever you want. But I'll just keep it like this just for now. The next step is to add a layer mask onto your duplicated image. To do so, you just have to make a selection on onto the area that you want to blur. For me, it's to add the motion blur around the goose. You can use either the quick selection tool if you wanna, or you can use the pen tool if you want to be a bit more precise about it. For now, I'll just use the quick selection tool. Alright, after you make your selection, the next step is go to your layers panel, go to the bottom of the layers panel until you see this little camera that will say add layer mask. That will help you make a layer mask. Click on it. Then as you see, you've made the layer mask. Now that we have masked the image, first just make sure you don't have the mask selected instead of the actual image. What I mean by this is if you go to your layers panel and then if you find the image that has both the mask and the image, the duplicated image, you see these four little lines surrounding the corners of the mask, maybe? That means the mask is actually selected rather than the image. So if you go to blur, it won't actually blur the image, but rather the mask itself. So what you're going to do is just click on the image itself on the left side right here, as you see. Just click on the image, and now the image itself is selected. Now to add the motion blur effect, go to the top left and find this filter section. Click on it. Go down and hover your mouse over blur. Go to the right, go down to see motion blur. Now as you see, the motion blur is now taking effect. And then you see this little box right here that says motion blur. Then you see angle, distance, this little circle with the line in the middle. The line in the middle goes together with the number right here and the angle. The angle pretty much means how the blur is going to be moved. I'll keep mine to 2. I see the line. The line pretty much shows the direction of how the blur is gonna go in in the circle. If I put the line like up and right in the center up here vertical, I see the blur now makes the image vertical as you see right here. If I do the opposite, like how it originally was, now it's like this. You can also just type the number if you like. I can put like 10 or let's do like 100 just so you see the difference. And then like 0 or 2. I'll put mine to 2. This shows how much it's going to be blurred and how much is going to be stretched. As you see right here, if I put higher the distance, the blur is now like stretching more and more, and it makes this. If I lower it, it's gonna be less. I'm gonna put mine, let's say, to like 45. Now you see, it makes this cool little motion blur around the bird, and it looks like as if the bird is actually quite moving. Now after you made it, just press OK, and that's how you make the motion blur, as you see right here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.